Now, for months, taps in many homes across Lashibi and Spintex have run dry, forcing residents into a daily struggle for water and exposing the harsh reality of life without water. In this report filed by ChannelOne News' Elizabeth Kabuki Okanse, she explores the effects of this on the residents. The report is read by Wilma Ubobi-Sakoman.
For residents of communities 16 and 17 in Lashibi and parts of Spintex in the Tema West municipality, water is no longer a basic necessity. It has become a luxury one many households can neither access nor afford. At dawn, when homes should be coming alive with children preparing for school and adults getting ready for work, some residents are already out on the streets. Plastic containers line the roadsides as people wait patiently and sometimes desperately for the arrival of water tankers.
For me to actually get water. And when they came at 12 midnight, they called. Of course, I was sleeping, so I missed the call. They called again at 4 a.m. I also missed that call, and the water was gone. I had to wait another 1 week to get the water. The situation is really, really bad.
For many households, it has been months since water last flowed through their taps. The constant silence of dry pipes has become a daily reminder of a crisis residents say has gone on for far too long.
Last year, January, till now, we haven't had water from Ghana Water. Yeah, not even a drop from the pipes.
So how is it affecting your living in this place?
I mean, they say water is life, so it's obvious that it affects my living, my family. You know, you have kids around, and it's very not a pleasant situation at all. You know,
imagine living in a house for 7 months, and there hasn't been a drop of Ghana Water. And it's not that we are living in some, I mean, look around. This is a good area. It's not an area that should be experiencing any kind of issues. Do you understand? But the water, it's really terrible.
We are really, really suffering. We are struggling. People use their toilet, they don't even flush it when you pee because you don't know when you get water until you do the number 2 before you flush. It's that bad.
With no supply from Ghana Water Limited, families have been forced to rely on private tanker operators. A single delivery now costs more than what some household would normally pay for an entire month's water, pushing residents to make difficult choices between water and other basic needs.
We had to pay about 1,000 cedis, and that 1,000 cedis doesn't even last long. Because if you have to use washing machine, you have to do all the things you need to do in the house, it can take about maybe 2 weeks or less. So you are probably buying like 2,000 cedis a month.
And you normally rely on the water tankers, but they also got greedy over time, and then they kept increasing the prices. So what we used to buy for about 120 cedis is now 500 cedis.
Beyond the cost, residents say there is a growing concern about the source and quality of the water. Many say they have little assurance about the safety of the water they use for cooking, bathing, and drinking.
In Chini and one yes, in fact, Uba ha number near Salaiwa, and one year dear BBA near the pure water. I had in fact, am I a witchery and pa because I told me be on your tongue Chinese or so coffee coda.
This is what we rely on. At times, washing becomes difficult. It doesn't lather well. You have to use omo, a lot of omo before the water can lather. Even bathing, a lot of soap.
Get it. I don't know where these guys are getting the water from, but as far as I'm able to get water to do whatever I want to, yeah, I just overlooked that.
Resident of Lashibi, Nana Ajiman Sahene, alleges the situation has been worsened by illegal water connections in the area, practices she believes deprive other households of the already limited supply.
Recently, you want to say, area anymore, it be more quite no. But Okoha, yes, you brabitia 4,800, 5,000 near there, and sana when you ensure fee. But yeah, I saw office no be so catch ye say, me ma yentu esikebia. Yen reporting ma penino hono.
For some residents, the struggle has taken a physical toll. Madam Comfort, an elderly resident, recounts how she fell while harvesting rainwater, an incident that has left her physically strained and increasingly vulnerable.
13th of November last year, I was harvesting water because the tap doesn't flow. So anytime it's raining, I harvest water. I harvested water, and when the children were fetching, my grandchildren were fetching, water poured on the floor. I slipped and fell. That's why I'm holding this thing. I'm old, but I don't use walking stick. But since I fell, I've been holding this to enable me walk.
The frustration extends beyond the absence of water. Residents accuse institutions of neglect, pointing to stolen water meters and what they describe as weak enforcement and accountability within the municipality. Despite the irregular supply, households say they continue to receive monthly bills from Ghana Water Limited, often based on estimates, even when no water has flowed into their homes for weeks.
Some of the meters in the neighborhood got stolen. And we reported the case. We go to a police station, nothing is done about it. Reported it to Ghana Water they didn't do anything. They said there's no meter. So what they now do is give us estimated bills. So it's like every month, each person pays 50 cedis. And the water doesn't flow, yet every month the bill comes and then we pay.
It used to be less than 50 cedis because we are just 3 or 4 at home. Now I have a baby, so 4 at home. And you can do the math. It doesn't even work. So we are really struggling. I'm tired of going to the water company because nobody seems to care when you go and they don't seem to want to do anything about it. It's been almost more than a year.
Ghana Water Limited, however, attributes the crisis to a temporary shutdown of the Teshinungwa desalination plant. The company's public relations officer explains that unresolved contractual issues and the need for critical maintenance made it unsafe to continue operations.
In October, we issued a press statement that we're going to shut down the desalination plant in Teshinungwa as a result of some maintenance and legal issues. Okay, and so we shut it down, but we made some arrangements so that at least water from one treatment plant can serve the desal jurisdiction service jurisdiction area.
The PRO also appealed to customers to continue paying their bills and apologize for the inconvenience, assuring residents that steps are being taken to restore operations at the plant.
Within a very short time, we should finish all our discussions, settle our obligations, and then we put the plant back into operation. Why do you want to consume the water and not pay? And why do you want to put pressure on us to supply you water when you are not paying? So it's essential that we pay water. I'll use this opportunity again to apologize for the inconvenience that the water situation is causing at the moment. But it's essential that we support each other so that we go through the process and then we can get the plant back into operations.
But for residents of Lashibi and Spintex, apologies are no longer enough. They are calling on Ghana Water Limited, the Tema West Municipal Assembly, and the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources to act with urgency. Their demands are clear: transparent communication on the cause of the crisis, a realistic timeline for restoring regular water supply, fair billing that reflects actual water delivery, and long-term investment in water infrastructure to prevent a repeat of this hardship.